Hi, if you guys don't know me already, my name is Rebecca, and I'm an empath on a journey of healing my own codependencies. I am making a series of videos to help others who are just like me. People who are sensitive, deeply caring, and trying to understand their patterns without blaming themselves. In today's video, I want to talk about something that has confused me for a very long time. Why toxic relationships can feel familiar, even when they hurt, and why leaving them can be just as hard as staying. If you've ever wondered why you keep attracting the same type of dynamics, why chaos feels magnetic, or why calm actually can feel uncomfortable, this conversation is for you. Familiar is not the same as safe. One of the most important things I ever learned is this: we don't choose relationships based on what's healthy. We choose relationships based on what feels familiar to our nervous system. And familiar doesn't mean good, it doesn't mean loving, it just means known. If you grew up in an emotional, very unpredictable environment, your body learned that connections came with tension. So later in life, when tension shows up in your relationships, your nervous system says, "Oh, I recognize this." Even when your mind is saying, "This hurts." Intensity versus intimacy, toxic relationships are often intense. They can be very passionate. They can have this sense of urgency to them. They can have a very strong chemistry, highs and lows. And for sensitive people, that intensity can feel like aliveness. But intensity isn't intimacy. Intimacy feels steady, it feels predictable, it feels grounded. And for a lot of empaths, steadiness can feel unfamiliar, even boring at first. Not because something is wrong, it's because your body never learned that consistency could actually be safe. What a trauma bond really is: a trauma bond forms when emotional connection is paired with fear, inconsistency, and relief after pain. The body gets attached to this cycle of tension, release, distance, then closeness, and then fear again, then reassurance. Each reunion feels like relief. Each rupture feels devastating. Over time, the nervous system starts confusing relief with love. That's why logic alone doesn't break the pattern, because this bond doesn't live in the mind, it actually lives in the body. Why calm can feel unsafe in a healthy relationship. Usually, in a healthy relationship, there is space to breathe, space to think, space to be yourself. But if your nervous system learned love through chaos, that space can feel pretty unsettling. Silence can feel threatening. Calm can feel empty. Safety can feel suspicious. And the body is waiting for another shoe to drop. So it reaches for what it knows, not because it wants more pain, but because it wants predictability. The beginning of repatterning. Healing doesn't start with forcing yourself into a healthy relationship. It starts by noticing your body, noticing where you're tense in your body, noticing where you hold your breath, where you might feel a bit of urgency, where you start abandoning yourself, even noticing your own breathing. If it's shallow, if it's full, or are you holding your breath? This can tell you more than any words could ever. Later in this series, we're going to talk about how gently working with the breath can help the nervous system learn a new definition of connection, not through force, through safety. If a toxic relationship have felt familiar, please hear this. You weren't choosing pain. You were choosing what your body understood. There's nothing broken about you. Your nervous system learned to love under pressure, and it's now learning something new. In the next video, we're going to talk about boundaries without guilt and why saying no can feel almost like danger before it actually feels like freedom. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you for honoring the part of you that had to learn how to survive. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.